Hey everyone, welcome back to another Persona 5 Fenix video, and I'm finally back. I've taken a nice little break from making content just due to my job. I've been full-time teaching last week, this week, as well as next week. After that, I'll be going back to my more casual base with it, so I should be making content fairly more regularly afterwards. But what today's video is about is the fact that we're getting a enhancement rush event starting tomorrow. So this is your Pursuit of Honor, your parts, your Persona, treasure, and it should give you about double drops for about 5 tries every day, as well as giving you 1 free coffee aid. Coffee aid, I believe, should be the full-on coffee. Let's just double check that. So yeah, coffee aid, so yeah, 1 free, so 60 stamina every day for the next week. The only thing that's not doubled, of course, is the experience. So why is this nice, or is it really all that nice? I'm okay with it. I would have preferred to have seen the vibration card double drop, especially since I'm sure some of you guys are getting to the level 80 mark, or if you guys have already are. And level 80, why it's nice is because you get the up to 2 to 3 cards per run, as compared to the 1 to 2. So it would be nice for you guys to get the double drop, two for you to be able to, you know, farm up for your Haru or your Futaba or any character building right now. Or I would prefer to have seen a Learn Aroma, Gear Forging, or Enlightenment, just because of the fact that these are actually how we get our characters ascended, right? So it feels a little more important, and we get a little more starved on these materials, I feel like. Like, we actually look at me right now, I have 3 of those, 13 of those, and 541 of those. I've been stocking up from the, I believe, during the summer events. I was stocking up during that time, but so I'm going to need more of these in the future. As compared to the books, I've got quite a lot of these. But I will say, we haven't had a double drop of these 4, I think, since July. I think, was it the first one they gave us? And during that time, I made the mistake of saying, the Kenpaku's not that important. I've never ran out of Kenpaku gems. And look at me now, I got 1.3 mil, but I've bottomed out on a Kenpaku gem so many times. Especially with the fact that, if you guys don't know, Earphone borrows my account so he can make videos. That's what he does. And he wasted every last bunch of my Kenpaku gems before Futaba came out and left me with like 30k, 13k something, just to get him 70, his weapon up to 70. And then this is where his skills are. I don't know what he spent all my Kenpaku gems before, but that's why I think, honestly, the biggest one I would farm right now, I would say, is probably Kenpaku gems. Assuming you're good on the books and the Pursuit of Parts. Assuming you're good on these 2. So this is for actually giving your characters level up experience, and this is for their weapons experience. As compared to these 2 are for actually extending your weapon. So getting your weapon above 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, right? As compared to those. So as long as you're good on those, which, assuming you're kind of like me, you should be fairly okay. You know, I got 500 of those. That's enough for like 1 to 2 characters. And then also Pursuit of Parts, where I'm good here, you know, 630, 91. So I'm fairly good on those. The only thing I'm really could be hurting for is a little bit of the Kenpaku. Just a little bit of Kenpaku. That's all I really need. But that's kind of why I would much rather see the double drop for these 3, or preferably the vibration cards. These are my preferred. And let's be honest, the Pursuit of Persona, this is useless. This is useless. You get so many of these and you never run out. So my belief, kind of useless. But why is this kind of important, and why we should be not sleeping on this event, even though, you know, right now I would say it's not that big of a deal. It's because we should be focusing on getting our characters up to those level 80s. As you can see here, I got quite the backlog, but I'm actually kind of stuck on with using my stamina. But I got quite the backlog going right now. I can get a bunch of these characters up, you know, like my Leon, even my Riddle up. Let's get her up. Let's get all these characters up to 80 for one reason only. That's coming out in the coming patches. Not next patch, but we could see it as early as Haru patch. But if not Haru, then we will for sure see it afterwards, 3.0, which is Mont. And what we're looking at here is, of course, the Astrolab update. Astrolab, if you don't know anything about it, but if some of you guys have seen before, is this. As you can see here, I have to clear through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 points. Or is it 17? Did I miscount? No, 13. 13 points. Oh, 17 tries. But I need to be able to clear through 13 of these. And each try, this is how you get your if you guys remember a thing they came out with, which is your Mindscape. This is how we start getting our inner track materials for it. We don't have access to it yet because we need to wait for the actual Astrolab update to come out, and then we get that. But with that, we're able to get these 2 supplies, as well as the purple versions or the higher update. And that's kind of how we get more power unlocked onto our characters. And as we can see here, each character has a limited amount of tries. So right now, on this one, we can use each character a maximum of 4 times. So that's why realistically right now, you're probably wanting to be getting about 12 to 15 characters worth, probably, I'd say. Probably at least about 12 characters up to that level 80-ish, 70 to 80, just so you can have a easier time farming through Astrolab. And then you also need to get your navies up as well. You can probably avoid using navi at the start, but when it comes to, you know, like these reds, these purples, and these litter on ones, you're going to want to be using a navi for sure. So you probably want to be getting at least 3 navies and probably about 9 to 12 characters up to about that 80-ish with some decent skills and their weapons up. So that's kind of why I would say right now is not a good time to kind of skimp on this event. Make sure to take full advantage of everything they do for these double drops. Because like I showed many times before on my channel, I've bottomed out on so many materials. Heck, this is my current TW account. And if we actually look at how my material situation is looking, it's pretty ghastly. I got enough for one character only for books to get the character up to 80. And then I should be fine for parts, I would imagine. No, yeah, I'm fine for weapon materials. But I'm also, like, I'm kind of, even on this account, I'm kind of screwed on skill. And Fuka comes out tomorrow. So I'm a little screwed on the whole skill aspect, not a big deal. And then I'm also kind of screwed on this. Oh my god. I haven't prepped at all for Fuka. But at least I'm good for Kabaku gems, right? But this is kind of why the whole mental image is kind of important. Is because of the fact, if we actually sit down and look at this, and look at what Mindscape gives you. So this is just attack percent. So each one has a little bit different, so depending on what they scale off of. But usually they have some sort of scaling. So, you know, attack, HP, defense, etc. And then you got your skill 1 and 3. So you got a skill increase here. So Wheel of Time. And then this one is her Choir of Doves and as well as Poem of Radiance. So this is her skill 1, 2, and 3. Level up. So 1 and 2 here. Skill 3 here. Attack percent. And if we go back to Miyu had a attack as well as a crit rate increase right here. So all this little bit will matter up. And then, of course, getting these up. Like, these are straight up skill multipliers. And this is why it's important. And then this middle one is just flat stats increase. So it works exactly like how Wonder Schema works. So if you guys remember this, so each little bit, every super ego level gives you a little bit. So this one is giving me a little bit of HP. This one, now it's giving me attack and then finally defense. So it's kind of how it works. And that's kind of why I would advise people not skipping on this event. Because we need to start kind of getting ready for the future. Because, like I said, you're probably looking at getting some characters up and making sure they're good to go for it. Like I said, you're probably looking at about 12 total characters. So, actually, yeah, I'll probably have 12 of your actual main units used. And as well as 3 navigators. So, I assume most of us probably have... most of us should have probably a Futaba. And then all of us should hopefully have a Rico. And then all of us should have a Okion and a Puppet. So I would advise getting at least 3 of those options up to that level 80. Get their skills up, etc, etc. Get your Leon up because you're going to be using Leon. Of course. And then, you know, start thinking about what you kind of need to start doing to make sure you're ready for it. Because this is a little bit of power increase. But with that, I think I want to end the video there. I hope you guys have a good day, good night. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye for now.